What is your response to people who are saying TikTok is really just for young people and for entertainment purposes?
To that, I would say if you look into it, TikTok now has more users or more like basically search engine types of question users than Google does right now. TikTok is the platform where if I wanted to know how to change my tire, I am no longer going to Google. I'm going to TikTok. I want a 60-second video on how to change my tire. Paul.
Hey, bud, you on?
Yep, I'm on TikTok Live too.
Okay, cool. So I'm taking a look at it right now. I got your message. So let's see. Walk me through us going live together.
So just go live normal on your own. And then you'll see an invite from me shortly once I see you live on here.
Okay, so live. Go live.
Yep, go live on TikTok.
I'm doing two things at once, so I'm using my mouse trying to control my phone.
You got it.
All right.
Let's see. We're getting people. Let's see. Guests. Invite. Paul. Send. All right. You should have gotten an invite right now.
Okay, let's see. Haven't gotten anything yet. Yeah, nothing.
Yep.
Let's see. Live. Right. Accept. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Turn
all volume on this. Volume's off. All right. Okay, good. So volume's off. It's 10:02. So normally what I like to do, we're already streaming. So today was the first time for me using Riverside FM.
Yeah.
So it should be streaming over to YouTube, to LinkedIn, to Facebook. We got it going out everywhere.
Okay.
We're going live on TikTok. And you know, when Omar and I initially talked about doing this, I could not see us doing this and not streaming live on TikTok. It just wouldn't make sense, right? So that's why we're doing it this way. So before we get started, just to give people a chance to get in, just so that way the algorithm could pick up the live stream and all this stuff, you guys, if you could give us a quick thumbs up or a quick comment that you could hear us okay, or, let's do a hashtag Omer. Right, OMER, or what hashtag do you normally use when you're posting?
Hashtag real estate, hashtag Omar, whatever works.
Okay, perfect. So if you guys could do that for me, that would be fantastic. That'll give the algorithm a little bit of juice, and it'll give it some time for everybody to start to pick it up. In addition to that, what I like to do is I like to ask a series of questions that I got from Tools of the Titans. That's a fantastic book, and what that does is it just gives us a little bit of insight as to how, Omar's mindset and what he's been up to. So it also gives people time to get onto the live stream as this thing is going. So Omar, I'm going to hit you with a few real quick questions. And I think I sent them to you for you to preview, so let's just get through them. All right?
Awesome.
What are 1 to 3 books that you have given out as gifts that have influenced your life?
Number one has to be Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Very basic, but it is the book that, got me into, even thinking about real estate, learning kind of like the basics. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, giving it to a lot of friends, family members. Number 2 is Think and Grow Rich. Just really change your mindset on how you look at money, how you look at a lot of things in the world, and kind of like your position, and how you can, really take advantage of the resources around you when you see someone who is successful, and how to really approach that and all that stuff. So Think and Grow Rich, and then how to win and influence friends, how to talk and win. Hold on, let me see, what's the title of that? How to win and influence friends. That's also a really good book about just social skills, talking to people, and really getting people to connect with you, because that's the name of the game, right? Our entire business is relationships, getting people to trust us, to like us, to work with us. So it really tells you how to, break that social barrier of like that awkwardness, how to have conversations, and how to really just connect with anyone. And a lot of people watching this might be introverts, and they might say, I'm not really a sociable person, this, that. And that's all to say that it can be learned. Like, that's the first book I would say to read to really kind of get out of that zone.
Okay, so in the spirit of what we're talking about here, would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert, or a combination of the two?
Yeah, I would consider myself a combination of the two. Like, there are days where I'm just completely in my room, doesn't want to leave, and then there's some days where I really just get energized at being around people, connecting, talking. So I would say I'm a combination of both, but I will definitely say, because of our business, we do have to be more extroverted. So even if I was a little introverted before, that's kind of like shifted a little bit more as an extrovert now because of the nature of our business.
Got it. Cool. Good answer. All right. What purchase of $100 or less has positively impacted your life or your business in the last 6 months?
What purchase of $100 and less? There is this app that I use. It's called Simba. And it is basically my tracking app. This is an app where it tells me how much I'm making. It's telling me, what deals are closing. It's telling me what status my, lead is. Did I call them back after the inspection to talk over it? Has the EMD been deposited? It cost me about, I don't even remember, it was like $15 or something like that, but it completely got me so much more organized, so much more just really at the forefront of my clients. And basically anything I do, the first thing I do is, okay, put it on Simba. And it really helps me track my goals. I have a goal to hit a certain number this year, and just watching that every day really helps. Okay, I need to pick it up today. I want it to sleep in? No, that number is close, not even close to where I want it to be. Need to get up. So it really helps, and also helps with taxes and stuff. My first year in real estate, I didn't really consider all that, and I feel like a lot of us don't, like the taxes and all this, the other stuff, the behind the scenes stuff. And this really tells you, okay, I just got to check for $10,000. How much am I putting aside for taxes? All this. So that would probably be the best purchase under $100 this past year.
Simba. Oh, how do you spell that app?
SYMBA.
SYMBA.
Yep.
And your affiliate link?
I don't have one, actually. I'm not even an affiliate.
Just messing with you, man. All right. How has a failure, or what other people, well, let's put it this way. What's been your favorite failure, whether it's been perceived by other people as failure, or what you thought was a failure that helped you achieve success? So
I thought that I was a failure because I didn't fit in the norm of what I saw successful real estate salespeople or brokers looked like, sounded like, worked like. So I think in the first few, I kind of put my constraint on myself as to there's no way I can go sell, a $2 million house in Georgetown in DC, or, at the wharf, or whatever it is. And I really put myself in a failure mindset and position because I put that constraint on myself. But obviously with my mentors and with, experience and learning that it doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like, where you're from, none of that. As long as you're willing to put in the work, you want it, you're ready to go for it, it's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the viewers that are watching this, if you see my eyes go up and down as Omer is talking, really what's happening is we have two monitors or two screens that are going on here, and I'm looking at the Facebook comments and I'm looking at the TikTok comments. So I'm trying to manage all of this stuff all at once. If you had a massive billboard, Omer, where would it be, and what would it say on it? Let's say you've got millions of cars, a bunch of traffic. You could put the billboard anywhere in the world. What's it going to say?
It would probably say something very simple and very basic. Just go after it. It would be, a huge go after it, and then a huge period at the end. And I would put it as close to the Washington Monument as possible, right here in Washington, D.C. Can't get more touristy, more attraction than that. And it's just a good slogan that I really believe. Just go after it, whatever it is. You want to be a singer, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a realtor, you want to be a doctor, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Again, where you're from, what you do, where you can just go for it. Really, just go for it.
Yeah, just go after it. That's a good one. I'm going to try to make a t-shirt out of that. We'll make one and we'll send it out to you.
Let's do it.
All right. What are the quotes that you live your life by, or one or two quotes that you live your life by?
What are two quotes that I live my life by? And by the way, just to give you, I didn't read through the questions that you sent me, so I'm going off this on the fly.
That's cool.
But I would say a quote that I live by is, you can go far alone, you can go even further together. I'm a huge believer in having a team and especially having a mentor. So really having the right team, having the right mentor to really guide you towards the goal or the path that you're going towards. And especially if you both have the same goal, I feel like you can go a lot further. You can do a lot more, a lot faster than you can ever do on your own. So I'd probably say that's my quote.
Awesome. And you've spoken about your mentors a couple of times now. So for those of you who are listening, I mean, it's a trend. It's a repeating, not necessarily a trend, but he's making a statement that way. So just I hope you caught that. All right. What is an unusual habit or absurd thing that you do?
An unusual or let's see.
Weird habit, something that you do that most people wouldn't think that you do.
One thing that I do and that most people wouldn't think I do. Okay, this is a kind of tough one. Let's see. I would say I'm very weird with my sleep schedule. I, for some reason, will wake up in the middle of the night for no reason at like 3 a.m. Do whatever for an hour. It doesn't matter if I'm on my phone or if I'm replying to emails or watching TV or on TikTok. I will have the weirdest schedule where I just wake up in the middle of the night, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then back to sleep, knocked out again, and then go about my day like nothing happened. But I just have this weird hour in the middle of the night where I just wake up and do something.
Oh, wow. That's funny because I do that too. All right. Yeah. I thought I was the only one. All right. What advice would you give a college student, freshly graduated, about to go into the workforce, or let's say they want to go into our profession? What advice would you give a new college student, that's coming in?
Yeah. Best advice I would give a fresh college student coming out is try everything. Like, genuinely try everything. I would dabble in real estate, I would dabble in marketing, I would dabble in being a doctor and being a teacher, whatever is like kind of like your interest. Like, oh, maybe I'll do this. Try it all. I wanted to be a doctor for the longest time. I interned at hospitals all the time. That's kind of where I spent my entire like high school years, and then also like even freshman year of college. And then I realized, okay, like this is cool, but I wasn't like in love with it. And then I tried real estate. And no, first I tried marketing. I was like, okay, this is cool too. And then I tried real estate, and then it just clicked. Like, this is it. This is what I'm doing. So until they find that moment to where they're like, okay, this is what I want to do, I would just dip my feet in everything. Just try it all. You're young. You don't have a lot of, responsibilities really. So just go try everything and find what you love and are passionate about, because then that way you can really take off because you love what you're doing. It's going to be a different game.
Super good advice. All right. Last question, and then we're going to get into the main topic, which is what everybody is here for. They want to know how you did 22 deals and over 11 million in production from TikTok alone. Okay, we'll get into that in a little bit. Last question is, in the last 5 years, what have you become better at saying no to? What are, distractions, invitations, etc.? I mean, what are you saying no to now more than you used to before?
Honestly, a lot. I feel like saying no is a really, really powerful thing that you have to learn and that we have to utilize. And it's not a bad thing to start saying no. Like, honestly, saying no can really change your life for the better. And I would say just in general, again, I'm 20 years old. I, have a lot of friends and people that are, going out on the weekends all the time and having a great time, and it's fun, and I want to do that, and I do that, but like to a very certain limit. So like, going out every weekend, let's hit the club, let's, go to the bar, whatever it is. I've just really started to say no to a lot of that and really manage my time a lot better, because if you don't, it's just impossible, at least in our business, to really succeed. Like, there's no weekends, there's no nights off, there's no whatever. So if you're consistently, going out on a Saturday night and then can't do your open house tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. or whatever it is, it's really going to impact your business. So just saying no to distractions overall, and, just friends and family. And again, family is everything, but sometimes too, it's like, you can't always be at every function, at every, party. So just really saying no to as much distractions as possible, and then prioritizing what is important to you.
Perfect answer. Okay. Let's talk now. We've given the algorithm enough time to kick in. We've given people enough time to hop on. So let's go into this. Let's talk about TikTok. So, I know that you're on a couple other social media platforms. Did you start off TikTok first, or did you graduate? What was your first social media platform that you started using?
So first social media platform was obviously like Instagram, just because it was just like the thing to have, just like college, just like as a social, like really just like for friends and family, not for like business purposes. But I will say the first place where I started creating content and like putting myself out there on, especially real estate wise, was TikTok.
Okay, cool. So you started making content for TikTok. What is your response to people who are saying TikTok is really just for young people and for entertainment purposes?
To that, I would say if you look into it, TikTok now has more users, or more like basically search engine types of question users than Google does right now. TikTok is the platform where if I wanted to know how to change my tire, I am no longer going to Google. I'm going to TikTok. I want a 60-second video on how to change my tire. It is the platform to be on. It is the only platform where you can have 0 followers and get 1 million views if you pump out solid enough content and are consistent with it. So absolutely not. TikTok is where it's at. It's only getting bigger. Attention span right now is just gone. It's no longer a thing unless you could pump out short form content that's engaging, that can bring people in. If you're writing a newsletter or a blog, yes, that still works, but it's not going to get the views and the engagement that a TikTok video can get you. So that's my answer to that.
Okay, cool. So you're posting on TikTok last year, and this I don't know if you can even answer this, but how many posts do you think you did last year? Were you able to like pull that stuff up? How many posts you did?
So I don't know like what the overall number is. I haven't really looked into it like that, but I will tell you at the peak, especially when I was growing the most, I was posting 3 videos a day every day.
3 videos a day every day.
Yep.
Okay. Was it scheduled? Did you schedule it on using, let's say you use Simba, did you schedule it to remind you to post at these specific times?
That's actually a really smart point. I probably should, but no, absolutely not. I was just on the fly. I'm in the car. I think of an idea. I think this could be valuable. Pull out my phone, record a video. I might not post it right there and then, but I'll just keep it in my drafts. Think of another video. I'm in the office, pick it up, record, and I do different style content from educational, trending, funny. If I see a trend, I'm scrolling through TikTok, and that's another thing too. The more you consume, which again, try not to consume too much and, be productive, but if you are consuming content, you kind of see what the trends are, what's going on, and you can find a way to kind of relate that trend to your niche, to real estate, to Omer. So I was not scheduled. I was just posting on the fly. For the most part, what I would do is I would actually record all my videos throughout the day, put them in drafts, and then at night or like around 6-7 p.m. when I'm home, I would quickly throw in edits strictly on TikTok. I don't use any editing apps or anything like that. Strictly on TikTok, go on there, edit it real quick, and then post them all right there and then. I know there are people that are like, there's best times to post and this and that, and I haven't seen it. I think, sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't, but I just kind of go with the flow. The goal is consistency. It's a numbers game. The more you can pump out, the more you can probably get more out of it.
Wow. Okay. So 3 times a day, and you were filming throughout the day, and then in the evening you would edit it, and then some of them you keep in drafts, and then would you upload? And I'm asking these questions because I'm sure that these are what people who want to get to.
Of course.
So are you uploading all 3 at the same time? Or are you uploading how? So walk me through it.
Yeah.
You're editing it 6-7 o'clock. Do you wait a little bit between the times that you upload these videos, or what do you do?
So sometimes I will. I'll sometimes wait a couple minutes before, like not even too long, because again I'm just sitting down eating dinner and just trying to get what I've already created out. So I'm not usually even waiting that long. I'm probably gonna wait 5-10 minutes between each post. Again, I've heard people saying probably not to do that, do 1 post at a time, this that. I think it's whatever is ideal for you. I think the algorithm will reward good content, engaging content, and there's ways to do that, and we'll talk about that. But as long as you're pumping out content and it's consistent and you're doing 3 videos a day, if not more, I think you're just going to blow up. I don't think the posting and all that matters. But yeah, I'm not usually waiting too long between.
Got it. Okay. So 3 videos a day. How long are the videos?
Always 60 seconds or less. I try and do 40 seconds or less.
Okay, so 60 seconds or less, preferably 40 seconds or less.
Yep.
Now, I know that you're doing this throughout the day, and you're going through your normal daily activities. So, what are some of the activities that you're sharing for these 3 videos?
Yeah, so there's 3 types of content that does really, really well. Number 1 is educational content, but that's content that's really going to be for your followers. So that's not really going to be the video that's going to blow up. Like, yes, some do, and it's great. And ideally, those are the ones I would love to blow up all the time. But educational content, trending content, so viral content, kind of like figuring out what's, this new song let's hear, and a new trend or whatever. There's usually always stuff on TikTok that you guys can see, kind of seeing how you can relate that to real estate and, make a video out of that. And then the third is day in the life videos, like whether it's for consumers, as in like, potential clients or whoever it is, but also just in general, people actually surprisingly want to see what we do on a daily basis. Like they want to know what the day in life of a broker is, of Paul. What's the day in life of Paul? What are you doing? What's your morning routine? What are the 3 books you recommend? Like people really want to know that stuff. So if you're pumping out content, showing the day in the life, your morning routine, a full day in the life, my day doing an open house, my day, how I talk to clients during showings. Sometimes my clients are really cool and don't mind me recording with them. Like clients I'm really comfortable with, I'll do that. So those are the main 3 things. I do educational content videos where I'm just sitting down, giving out educational content on whether it's how to get into real estate for like fellow realtors or aspiring realtors and real estate professionals, how to buy a house with an FHA loan. What's the best route when doing an inspection, just like educational content, viral videos where it's just, finding a good sound, whatever the trend is. Those are very different. It varies.
We'll talk about the sounds in a little bit because that does have an impact.
Exactly. So doing that.
Yeah.
The third one is a day in the life videos, really. And here's the thing too, like that's probably the easiest one because you're already doing this. You're already showing house.
Right.
Already, hitting the gym in the morning. So like what I say and what I recommend to everyone, this is what I do. I have a second phone, which you don't need that. You can do it on your regular phone. But everything I do, I just take a quick 3-second clip. I'm at the gym, I'll take a quick clip, put my phone away, get to my work. I'm at a showing, I take a quick clip of the house, put my phone away, keep going. I'm eating lunch, I'll take a quick clip, put my phone away, keep doing what I'm doing. I'm at an inspection, quick clip. So kind of like you're just taking clips, you're not, on your phone the whole day, really thinking about it, just a quick clip, put it away. And then at the end of the day, you just kind of put it together, and literally TikTok makes it so easy now to edit. You can auto sync with a sound. It'll put it all together. It'll look cool. You just edit a little bit and then post that out there. So those are the 3 types of contents I make.
Got it. Okay. So a day in the life, right? And anybody can do that. That's really easy. That's I never thought about that. You just take the clips. Now, as you're taking the clips, you're not necessarily doing all this talking. You're just filming what you're doing, and then you're adding it through. Yep. You're almost curating or creating just a daily mix of like events, and then you're adding music to it.
That's all.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you do, and again, sometimes, and this actually gets more engagement. We'll talk about this too. But when I'm not being lazy, I'll put it together and then I'll do a voiceover. So I'll be like, this is my day in life in real estate. I'm following the clips. I'm hitting the gym at 6 a.m. I'm going to my first inspection of the day. It's a condo, 3-bedroom, 3 baths. And then I'm going to lunch with my friend Paul, who's a real estate investor. I'm going to talk to him. So you can do a voiceover to make it even more engaging. But I wouldn't, record like I'm at an inspection and like it's just so much easier. Just record the clips. If you want to, talk and explain more, just do a voiceover.
Cool. Okay, good. Now, the other one was the educational video, right? Now, what do you say to someone that says, why am I making educational videos?
So, 2 things. At least for me, I have 2 different sets of viewers for the most part. I have a lot of people that want to get into the real estate and want to get into the business and want to really just learn. So it's just as simple as, how do you get your real estate license? How do you, find the right brokers? What are the things you want to ask? So this is me just sharing my experiences and helping out as much as I can to that population. And the second one is obviously the most ideal one that a lot of people look for when they're coming on TikTok, is to try and get clients and,
Right.
referrals. So for them, there's two ways to look at it. So obviously there's a side where you're just helping people get into the business, and that's great. You build a community, and it feels good to give back because you have your experiences, and being able to share that, it's really fun to me at least. So I have that, and I always do that. That's not really going to get you clients or business, but I just do that because I love to do it, and you probably do the same too. And then the second part is I post videos not just for direct clients, someone that's going to buy a house or sell the house, but actually for other realtors. You would be surprised how many referrals I get from, and I will talk about this too, but so my educational content is one, to show and display my knowledge. Hey, damn, they'll come on my TikTok or my Instagram and they'll see my video and they'll be like, this guy's a knowledgeable guy. I really don't mind sending him my clients. I feel like I can trust him with my clients. He seems like he knows what he's doing. I feel like my clients from Seattle, from LA, from whatever, would be fine and be taken care of with this guy, with Omer. He seems like a good realtor. So that's what educational content for them, to show them my knowledge, show them my expertise in the market. I talk about DC, the DMV market, all that stuff. And then two, it's for direct consumer. So I would be surprised how many people off of TikTok will say, this is really interesting, I wish I could do this. And I'll send them a quick DM. From DM, we're on a Zoom call. So it gets to that point too. So that's the most thought of, like how to buy a house, the misconception of needing 20% down, VA loans. Like I've had a lot of VA people reach out to me because they didn't know that they could literally come in and buy a house with 0% down. So just educational content like that, you put that out there. How to buy a house for my entrepreneurs. I have a lot of entrepreneurs that follow me and might write everything off for tax benefits or whatever it is. What are the other ways that they can buy a house? No doc loans or whatever. It's just, you just kind of like bring value to them, and then whether it's from one of those three, it'll come back to you as business. It'll come back to you somehow. So the educational piece is a huge piece of it.
Big time. And I'm glad that you covered that whole spectrum, because that's a lot of times people think, well, there's enough content on education out there anyway. Why do I have to go out there and why should I create more educational content? What they're doing is that limited thinking isn't allowing them to realize that, number one, by demonstrating how much you know about the profession, right? You're demonstrating your professionalism to other people that could potentially refer you business.
Exactly.
For the people that you're paying it forward to, for the people that are getting into the profession, when they need help and you were the person that they connected to on TikTok and on that video, you're going to be the one that could potentially get that referral.
Absolutely.
Right? So brilliant. Yeah. Doing the educational stuff is brilliant. It's a brilliant way of demonstrating your knowledge and paying it forward for the people that are coming into the profession.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
1,000%.
Okay. So now the last thing you were talking about were trends. Okay. And so, for some of the old timers like us, like
Come on, man. Come on.
All right. Well, how do I take advantage of a trend on TikTok? You say trend to me, I'm thinking I'm going to end up having to do a dance.
No.
So like I don't know what a trend what a trend is on TikTok. What are we talking about when you say trend? What's trending?
So trend, and again, full disclosure, I'm not the TikTok dancer type. It's just not my vibe. I know friends that do it, but just doesn't. I don't have any rhythm. I'm not a good dancer. So when I say trends, I mean there's usually, I guess I can link trends usually with sound. So there's always sounds that are trending and going viral. So usually just having those sounds sync somehow into the real estate world, right? So basically, let's say it's a sound. I'm trying to think of a good sound that could make sense for this. Okay, like there's a sound going around right now, like it's a trending sound for whatever, and it's like you're lying, like you're there's no way you're freaking lying. And you can kind of put that in a content where it's saying, when I tell real estate agents, or when I tell my clients that they can buy a house with 0% down, and it's like, you're lying, you're freaking lying. You know what I mean? So it's just like funny, engaging, trending content. So that's where it's a little bit harder unless you're consuming to really kind of catch on what's going on. But there's actually some resources, and I can shoot this over to you once I find it, and you can send it to your platform. There's this app that kind of tells you what's trending, and there's actually people on TikTok that their entire account is based. here's a new trending sound, here's a new trending, dance or whatever it is. And they'll basically tell you what to do. So it makes your life so much easier. So sometimes when, I'm extremely busy and haven't been on TikTok for a while, I'll go on one of these pages and, see what's trending this week and see if I can make content related to real estate towards that viral video or sound. So that's like the best way I can explain that.
Got it. Yeah. And for people who aren't on TikTok all the time, you'll see a sound, you'll see trending sounds. They even have, the fire sounds that are like, moving up. So when you use those sounds as the background music to whatever content you're creating, because it's a trending song and because so many people are using it, it pushes you up higher on the algorithm, right? That's a thought
make
process.
it easier for a lot of you, especially for like day in the life videos, or even if you're just making an educational content video and you just want something in the background. Or sometimes I even turn the volume all the way to 0 on my educational videos, and the reason why being is that I just want that sound to be on my video, because that sound specifically is being pushed out. So I want my video to kind of be synced with that. It might not match the vibe of my video, so I'll just turn it all the way to 0 and just have it be my original sound. But there's a section when you click on sounds, it says trending sounds. It literally says trending sounds. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like the number one or like viral TikTok sound. I would just only use the top 10. Whatever is on the top 5, top 10 list, just click on one of those. Like, keep it simple. You don't have to go look for sounds. I literally just go on TikTok, see what the top 5 are. If the top 5 don't match my video style, I'll go all the way up to top 10. If not, I'll just click on one of them, make it 0, call it a day. But that's probably the easiest way for you to guys find the trending sounds. Just go on there. It's sectioned out for you. Trending TikTok viral sound. Click that, call it a day.
Okay. Now, for those of us who have been growing up with a little, well, I shouldn't say growing up, but we've adopted social media. We got used to using hashtags. How important are the hashtags on TikTok?
So hashtags are pretty important, but there's different ways to it. So when you're first starting up your account, and really the best way here, let me put it this way, the best way for you to grow your account, especially in the beginning, is to have a niche. Because yes, I can create content about, I'm a real estate agent, but I also love cooking and I also love cars. I could easily go out and make content on all those 3 sections. But I doubt it'll do as well if I started as strictly just real estate, and then once my account has grown, then I can put in a little bit of cooking in it, a little personal life, a little cars. But when you first start out, you want your account to be, you want TikTok to know this account is going to be known for the niche of real estate, the niche of cooking, the niche of whatever it is. So the best way to do that is through hashtags. So when you first start posting your videos, you want to let TikTok know, because again, the algorithm can figure it out on its own a little bit, but you want to make it as possible for the algorithm. So you say hashtag real estate, hashtag real estate agent, hashtag day in the life video, hashtag vlog, hashtag realtor of TikTok. So I'll usually do about like 6 to 7, real estate related hashtags. People used to do hashtag viral, hashtag FYP. I still do that here and there, but mostly you just want the hashtags to be targeted towards your niche so that your account can be pushed towards that. Because everyone has their own feed. Like you, Paul, you have your own feed. I have my own feed.
Yeah.
My feed might be strictly just real estate content. So then TikTok will say, oh, that video Omer created would actually be perfect for this guy's account because he's always just watching real estate content. So they come on real estate content, and then you're going to be on that. And then also when people ever look something up, like I always do, let's say for the videos on how to get your real estate license, I always put in hashtag how to get your real estate license. So when people go on TikTok search bar and they search up how to get your real estate license, or just search up realtor or hashtag or real estate, my videos pop up in that search bar. So same way as a Google search, right? You want to have best realtor in the DMV.
So it's really you're optimizing. It's like search engine optimization, right? And that is exactly how I found you initially when we started talking about this. Yeah. So it what you're saying works. It's living. You're living proof of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in the beginning, make sure that you are focused on your niche, and that you are using those hashtags frequently as you're posting that same content. Try to keep the content the same so that you get picked up by that algorithm, yeah?
Absolutely. Yep, that's the hack.
Okay, cool. Now, there's times where I see you do posts and you add text to it, and some of those we saw people doing these trends where they're pointing at things and then they're doing, how valuable are those posts? How well do those posts do? Which posts for you tend to do the best? Now let's just talk about getting clients. Which posts do the best for getting the clients, you think?
So I think the post for getting the clients has to be my educational content. Educational content, because that's where you really provide value, and the people that are really going to watch your educational content are the ones that follow you. Like they're going to follow you for that viral video they saw of that really nice house and you talking about this or whatever. But when they come on your page, you have to look at it as, you can't look at it as like, oh, what content do I like putting out? But it has to be more of, what content can I put out that's going to provide value for my followers? So once they follow you, yes, it's fun to see that same kind of video here and there, but they really want to open Omar's videos and they want to get something out of it. Like, what's the point of me just doing the same, trending video of a funny thing here? Okay, yeah, it's fun for a while, but now they're following me. They're part of my community. How can I provide value to them? So that's where it comes in with whether the content of how to get into real estate, but also mostly for the clients, is putting out content that's educational content that just shows your expertise. And for the most part, I won't tell you that you're going to get 1 million people hitting you up tomorrow once you start posting content saying, I want to buy a house or I want to sell my house. It really is a long-term game if you want to do the social media game, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it, not just for the clients, but the connections you make. Like, Paul, now I have you as a connect, right? We met through TikTok, like, you know what I mean? A lot of my really good friends in LA, just markets that I would have never been able to capture and seize. Now I have these really good connects and friends just because of social media and TikTok, because I'm putting out there, I'm making content. But really, a lot of your business is going to come from other agents. At least personally, if we want to get into that side of things, is a lot of agents from other areas. I just got a listing appointment like 2 days ago from a realtor in Seattle who know me off of TikTok and Instagram. He's like, hey, my friend is selling her place. It's actually a for sale by owner. Can set up a meeting for you to go in and pitch her. Went in, pitched her, already had a great hot lead because he already talked about me. He sent her my Instagram, he sent her my TikTok. So she already knew who I was. And they basically were like, hey, sure thing, come on in. We negotiated price. Now I'm literally that's why I'm suited up today. I'm going there after do a listing video and get it up on the market as soon as possible. So other realtors seeing that you have the knowledge, you have the credibility, is going to be where you get a lot of your business from. Yes, you're going to have some direct consumer, clients that come to you, but the name of the game, at least for me so far, has been connecting, just building my sphere. And it doesn't have to be just other realtors, other entrepreneurs, other people that know, hey, my friend's actually moving to DC. I think she's looking about getting an apartment or whatever it is, or buying a house or a condo. Here's her info. That's how you really start building up the business and the client side on TikTok.
Got it. Just 1 sec. Hey, Eric, I think Jessica's at the door. Sorry.
You're good.
You guys are seeing everything happen in real time right now. Okay. Let's see. What were some of the other questions? I lost my train of thought. You're going to have to forgive me for that. Okay. So they reach out to you. Let's talk about the process, right? Because you posted, you've done the work, you've created what I would consider evergreen content. I think educational is evergreen content, at least for us. How to get your license is great content too. Day in the life, all great content. Now somebody says, okay, hey, I got a referral. Are they shooting you they send you a DM through TikTok? Walk me through that, right? So that for the average person who's saying, now I want to get business through TikTok, what do I do next? Somebody DMs me. What's the conversation like? Let's say it's a seller and they're like, I'm interested.
And I haven't, and again, I have friends that are doing this on a much larger scale than me that I'm learning from. And that's probably like one of the goals for 2023 is to have that more of a seamless process for clients to find me on TikTok and turn into a real lead that goes to like my follow-up boss. And I'll tell you, as of right now, most of my referrals or clients come from my Instagram, but they're all driven from TikTok. So my TikTok is linked to my Instagram. Whoever is interested enough to come on my page and look at it, it's harder to DM on Instagram. I think it's more complicated too, but unless you...
On Instagram or on LinkedIn?
On TikTok, sorry.
Why did I get LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay, so All right, so it's harder to DM
TikTok.
on TikTok, and I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with
Follow
that.
each other too in order to be able to send a DM. That's like a new
Right.
thing. So a lot of people will go on my Instagram, on my TikTok, sorry, and they'll see my Instagram link.
Which is exactly what I did.
Yep, exactly.
So I saw the content on TikTok.
Yep.
Saw your Instagram link.
Yep.
Instagram link.
Yep.
Message you on Instagram, and that's how our conversation initially started.
Exactly.
So that's what's happening. That's what you're seeing happen.
That's what's happening. So any connect that I have, whether it's friends, Paul, anyone, clients, it usually goes from TikTok. TikTok is the driver of all things. And I say this to everyone, even if their focus is Instagram, they're focused on LinkedIn, they're focused on getting more views on their website, getting more sales. Like, this could be for anything. It's not just for realtors. TikTok is it's like a funnel. You know how we have funnels in our business? TikTok is the top main funnel. It's the best platform to get as many views as you can with as little followers. You can come in tomorrow, start pumping out content every day for a week, and have just that one video hit, a viral video, and your account's now blown up. Your sales are up. All your other accounts are good. My Instagram grew completely because of my TikTok. It's not that much, only at like 16, 17,000 on TikTok, on Instagram, but that's almost all from TikTok. People driving from TikTok to my Instagram. YouTube is probably the hardest platform to grow, but TikTok is the best way. If you want to grow a YouTube page, if your main thing wants to be YouTube, start on TikTok. Obviously, pump content out on YouTube, but drive it from TikTok. People will go to you. I have 900 subscribers on YouTube, and I have maybe like 3 videos posted, but all those subscribers and those viewers, I have like 6,000 views on one video, came from TikTok. It was a full video on how to get real estate and how to get started. So I would say, if you want the full video, click the link in my bio. That's the link to my YouTube. People go to the YouTube. So TikTok is the main driver to all these other platforms. So going back to it, they go see my videos, they click on my page, they go to my Instagram, and then Instagram is the best way. I think Instagram is like more of a communication tool now today. It's like a app, so people DM me, hey Omar, I'm interested in this, hey Omar, I'm this, hey, would love to connect, whatever it is. And I do my best to answer every DM that comes in, no matter what it is, whether it's, how do I get my license, it's, hey, hi, there's some random ones in there. But whatever it is, I try my best to answer every single DM and just connect with everyone. So Instagram right now is the main driver. The more seamless process, the better way of doing it, and the way I'm going to do it this year is having a link in your bio to really kind of guide that process. So one of my really good friends, his name's Mahir. He's actually on TikTok. You guys can take a look at him. He does Texas and real estate, and his videos, and Laura as well. They're partners, Laura and Mahir. And these are guys I met on TikTok. We met in Miami about a year ago, became best buddies, all from TikTok, right? So that's just the power of TikTok, just mentioning that. But they have a process to where they get so many leads off of social media because they've brought in such a seamless process. Their homes, obviously it's Texas, so it's a little easier, are beautiful homes for 300, 500,000, right? So it gets a lot of engagement, a lot of views. Their videos are getting, 1, 3, 5, 6. A video for just got 19 million views. From that, people are coming on their page. Laura Realtor is his username. Mahir is the other one. They're clicking on the page and they're saying, "Oh my God, I would love to, buy a house or learn more about it." So they have the link in their bio where you click the link and it says, "Looking to buy or sell in, Houston or Texas or whatever their market is." And then that link really just drives them how far. It gets a whole CRM thing. So it takes them from there. Fill out your information.
What system are they using? So for instance, I do something similar. I use Linktree.
Yeah. So I have Linktree too. Theirs is strictly. I'm gonna have to find out. I wish I figured this out before we hopped on this, but I'll find out, and you can probably send it out on your platforms to everyone watching. And if you guys are
okay,
I'll put it out too. But they have a link where it's basically just a lead gathering link. So it gets all the information for them. And then once a person submits their information, it pops up on their follow-up box, and it's like a legitimate lead. And they're following up with them in 5 minutes because you know how the power of follow-up is and how quick you respond is going to make a huge difference. So they're hopping on a call with them. Obviously, it's not a full consult call. It's like, hey, I just saw you saw the link. You filled in the link on my house about Texas, whatever. Would love for us to hop on a Zoom, next week at 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. When works best for you. Lock in that appointment. And then from there, that's when that's a legitimate hot lead
Sure.
And they can, they see it too, and they actually qualify them a little bit on that link. How far out are you?
And this is on TikTok. They're doing this on TikTok.
On TikTok, and they have the link on their Instagram too. So if they're on their Instagram, they do that too. Laura, the realtor, if you look him up, is actually huge on Instagram too, because he's huge on Reels. That's another thing to talk about. Same way TikTok's blowing up, Reels is another thing that's blowing up right now, just because Instagram can catch up with TikTok, all that. Here's the 3 things you need to be posting on for everyone watching. TikTok is my number 1. Reels is number 2. And the YouTube Shorts is number 3. And I'm not saying this in any order, but if you can post on all those 3 platforms of short form content, and then on top of that, if you can add in a long form content here and there, like once a week on YouTube, that's going to be the name of the game. You might not blow up today, but I guarantee if you are posting 3 videos a day, every day for the next 6 months, and if you don't blow up, then you can be like, Omar, you're a liar. Paul, why'd you have this guy on your call? It's all bullshit. So yeah, if you can do 3 videos a day, I'm guaranteeing it.
Okay. Speed to lead. Yeah. Right? Okay. They reach out to you. They're talking to you. How quickly are you responding? How quickly you're trying to close? And then I keep hearing follow-up boss. I also have follow-up boss. So walk me through that process, your whole method of operation, the minute you do get a referral that comes in from TikTok or any of the other social media platforms.
So the minute it comes in, again, I try to answer my DMs as soon as possible. I have a phone addiction. I think we all do as realtors. We're on our phones 24/7. Someone's calling, inspector, appraiser, client, whoever. Like, I'm always on my phone. So my notifications are on for Instagram always. So anytime I get a DM right away, I'm opening it as soon as I can or whenever I get a chance. So, if it's a lead where they're like, hey, I'm actually interested, and it's right away, awesome, would love to help. What's the best number to reach you at? So it's just getting their number. I don't really get their email as much up front, but I get their phone number, and then it's really just first texting them. I don't really put them into my CRM just yet. I'm texting, hey, this is Omar from Instagram. Hey, this is Omar from TikTok. Saw you were interested, whatever. What's the best time for us to talk? So I try to set up a meeting, a quick call, nothing crazy, nothing formal. And once that call happens, and if it's a good call, legitimate call, if I can help them on the spot and it's not really them trying to buy or sell, or if they just want a quick referral, whatever it is, I can make that happen right away, right there, right then. But if it's a legitimately like, hey, I'm coming to the DC market, or hey, I have a friend that's cut, whatever it is, at that point, then I put them on my follow-up boss. If not follow-up boss, I put them on my tasks. I use tasks all the time. I don't know if you guys are like Google people, but everything's on my Google Calendar and everything's on my tasks. I always brain dump on my tasks. So my task is, follow up with X, Y, and Z from TikTok or X, Y, and Z from Instagram, and just keep that on there and kind of just take that process. So I don't have a seamless process the way my friends do, Mahir and Laura. And those are honestly great guys to have on too whenever you get a chance to connect with them. But
yeah, if after we're done, let's connect. If I'll put you're open to it. Yeah, please put in a word for me.
For sure. Yeah, but that's kind of the process as of right now.
Okay, so they come in, they like your video, they send you a DM. You're right. Messaging through TikTok, that's the only bump in the road, I think, right now. That's the only minor flaw that I see in it, is that it's difficult, and then the way that they come in, it's just difficult to. It's a little bit of a hot mess.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. They go to Instagram, send you the message, and a lot of people don't realize that you can send DMs to people through Instagram, and they're more likely to be seen, especially if you have mutual friends.
Of course.
If you have mutual friends, they're more likely to be seen as opposed to being sent into spam or what they call the general mailbox in Instagram.
Yep.
Okay, so message comes, you speak to them, you talk to them, you try to get a hold of them right away. You're responding to every DM that comes in.
Every DM.
You call them. You're not worried about the email initially. You're more focused on getting onto the phone with them, right? Having a conversation with them as soon as possible. So, and right now you're doing all your own follow-up, right?
Yep, I do everything on my own.
Which is even more impressive. But as you grow, and you are going to grow, I can see you're gonna have to delegate at some point, because you can't. At this rate, you're going to be doubling your volume this year, and that's going to be a lot of work. So somebody's going to have to be responding to these for you, and then you have to learn how to delegate them having access to the accounts, which I'm not going to even talk about on this trick at all. Okay, so Now, once you get the listings, it's normal real estate transaction from there. Are you promoting all the other stuff that you're doing for like a listing? You're promoting a TikTok and doing all that other stuff too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The listing that I have, like the one I'm going to now from the referral from Seattle, I do obviously the photos, the standard listing stuff, and then I always do a quick short form video of like, me introducing the property and then just doing a quick property tour. And this one is a little bit more strictly just for social media. Right. Hey, this is Omar with One Street. This is Omar from One Street. I'm about to present to you the most sought out neighborhood. This is a condo in Bowie, Maryland, whatever it is. Give it an interactive intro. And this is really just to brand me with the listing and on social media. Because again, there's a standard one that I put up for MLS and all this. But for social media, you want it to be more engaging. You want people to really capture them in the first few seconds because that's the main thing. It's like really hooking them in the beginning. Hey guys, it's your boy Omar. Having a lot of energy, this, that really helps. So grabbing them in and then showing them the beautiful condo, having a more trendy, viral, it's like sound and music in the background versus my standard listing where it's just piano sounds or whatever it is.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
they don't realize that
it makes it.
It's boring.
Yeah. It's just boring. Like obviously I get the professionalism and all that, and that's why I still think that for the MLS and for the official video, whatever. But for social media, to get more attention, to get more eyeballs, you have to keep it engaging. If it's just a piano of a regular the condo could be boring. It could be a standard condo, but it's just such an engaging video and there's text.
And they want to see you. People want to see you, the person. I mean,
exactly.
I tell people all the time, you can't be doing this and then here's the bedroom, here's the fireplace, here's the stairwell, here's the kitty litter. Yep. Nobody cares. Nope. Nobody cares. Nope. So you got to be in it. You got to put yourself in it, and then put one of the top 5 trending sounds or trending music, and now you've got something that you can hopefully get some views on.
Exactly.
Do clients know how popular you are on TikTok, and do any of them have? I don't think they do. All they care about is getting the property sold. But do they have any problems of you showing the properties on TikTok or anything like that?
So not really. No, not for the most part. Do they know how popular I am? Mostly not really. Not a lot of times. Usually they'll find out after we close or we're done. Because I usually ask them do you have Instagram? Do you have TikTok? Usually Instagram. I don't usually ask for TikTok, but do you have Instagram? And I usually get their Instagram so I can tag them and post, stuff like that. Most of my clients are pretty open to it. I've actually I've had a couple that wanted the privacy, so no, but for the most part, I just ask them for my Instagram after, then they really see, my Instagram and all. And, not beforehand usually, but unless they're elite that came in from Instagram, yes, but not usually like regular clients that I have, from regular self-generated business.
Is any of them, have you gotten any video testimonials that you've shared on TikTok?
Yeah, I do that all the time. That's if you want clients to really get an understanding and a feel of what it's like to work with Paul, what it's like to work with Omar, the best thing you can do is get video testimonials. Like you can get, anybody can fake a Google review or a Zillow review. Zillow a little harder, but it's much easier to not really believe those as much. You know what I mean? So
sure.
Video, it's as real as it gets. You can see their emotions. They're happy. I usually every closing day I have I hit up my camera guy, my video guy, whatever it is, pay him $200-$300. Come in, record this closing for me, record the happiness, the interaction, those are the moments you want to capture and show other potential clients because they're like, wow, this is what it's like to work with Omar. This is what it's like to, have this service, this high level of service that he's going to provide. That's the feeling I'm going to have when I close. That's how happy me and my family are going to be when we close. So you really want to show that client testimonial and that client experience at the end of it for sure.
Got it. All right, man. I've had you for almost an hour now. I know that you're a busy man. I know that you got listings that you got to go get. So if there's one thing that you want the audience to leave with, one bit of advice that you want them to implement today, right? Not tomorrow, today, what would that be?
So I'm going to make this geared towards, social media and TikTok because that's really what we're mainly here for. I would say start picking up the phone and pumping out content. Don't think about it. Don't think about the crazy edits. Don't think about how just start pumping out content. You'll learn the process as you go. You'll get the the editing and the flow of the transitions and all this. Just start. Just genuinely just start. And if not, the best other route for someone like Paul, someone that's, and I'm talking strictly to mostly real estate agents right now, is someone like Paul, someone that's high producing, someone that's a little bit further in their business. Delegate it. There are so many social media companies right now that will, and again, and I don't like to say companies, I like to say individuals, because I've seen how big social media companies work, and I haven't seen it work personally, but there are individuals, or get an intern that you're paying $20 an hour that can come in and do your social media for you. I personally, that's how I started. I was doing social media for my broker. I was interning for him. I was doing his social media, grew his account to 30,000 followers, grew the company's account. So especially the younger generation, utilize them. Hire someone that's younger that wants to do marketing, that's studying marketing in college, would love the experience. They can learn about real estate from you. They can get paid, and it's worth the investment, is what I'd say. So if you're a little bit higher producing, you're someone like Paul, I would say delegate that. You can hire it out, you can afford it. It's going to be worth it for your business. You might not be getting calls right away the next day the way you would from a Zillow lead, but it will be worth it down the road. The branding, the engage, everything it brings down the road is going to be worth it. You're going to be the realtor in your community. You're going to be the face. The most common face they see all the time is probably the phone they're going to pick up. Like, I'm thinking about selling. Oh, that guy that's always pumping in real estate content. Let me call Paul. So it might be a little bit of a longer game, but it's definitely worth it. And then even think about it. You're going to a listing appointment, or you're going to meet a buyer for the first time, even if it is a Zillow, and this is something I do. You're going to have a website or a link tree that connects to all your social media. And you're going to say, instead of I used to send my virtual business cards. I don't do that anymore. I think it's more credible and more legitimate when I send my socials and all that stuff, including my website, because they can see my Instagram and see those client testimonials and see my YouTube videos and see my TikTok. I don't include my TikTok just because my TikTok's kind of a mix, but I do my Instagram and I do kind of like my website, and that gives the clients a chance, like, okay, great talking to you on the phone today. Looking forward to seeing you at 6 p.m. tomorrow at XY3 whatever street. They'll be like, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. They're most likely going to click that link and see what you're about. They're going to see your Instagram. They're going to see your website. So just branding wise, you're going into a listing appointment and they see you're someone who all this engagement, all these views, all the property videos you're posting, you're getting X amount of views. My big pitch when I'm going to a listing appointment is I'm going to bring as much attention and eyeballs to this property as possible. That's the name of the game, especially on the listing side. It's all about the marketing, right? So what am I going to do to stand out from other realtors, other real estate professionals, is I'm going to get you the most attention and eyeballs as possible. So I would just start, my advice to keep it short and simple, just start pumping out content and do it consistently. If you can't do it yourself, delegate it.
Perfect answer. Perfect way to end it. Now, before we let you go, you're licensed in 3 states?
Yep.
Okay, what are those 3 states?
Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia.
Okay, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. Everybody who's on this, everybody who's watching this live streamed, everybody on TikTok, if you guys have any clients in those markets, let's get them to Omer. Okay?
Thanks, Paul.
All right, you guys. Thank you for participating. Thank you for doing this for me, man. I learned a lot, and I'm gonna start. I got to get my audience up to yours. I'm chasing your tails. I'm chasing your tails, Omer.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Okay, guys. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks.
We'll
guys.
talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.